stuff my face with bread, with breasts, with a shoulder of a friend, with a corner of a desk, with communion, with a yes, and I tell you.
Oh, that's good squishy.
Welcome back to Pretty Much Experts. I'm Robert John, living the fucking lockdown life in Guelph, Ontario.
Yeah.
How you doing, Skyler?
Oh, I'm doing good. Straight out of quarantine, baby.
And Mike in the van. How you doing?
Yeah, straight out of, I don't know. I'm not fucking quarantined, dude.
You are.
Doing all the shit.
We're not quarantined either, I guess, though.
Our roommate was asking us, like, how's Mike doing in quarantine? I'm like, he has not been social distancing at all.
No, dude. The only thing I haven't been doing is getting fucked.
Yeah. We'll get into that
That's the only
later.
bummer.
We'll get into that later. But we were just, like, off air ranting about fucking essential services and not getting our due. So,
Should we just carry on? I think that we're due for a revolution, personally.
we got a working class revolution?
I think it's time.
A revolt?
Working class revolution. And I'm not talking about the, like, revolutions in the States where they're arguing about, like, let's protest and go back to work. You don't get to tell me what's an essential service.
Right.
I mean, like...
Yeah, we get to celebrate 420 if we
I
want.
mean,
That bullshit.
I have a big problem with, like, I think if you've listened to this podcast, we've talked about it several times, of just, like, the shitty employees at Walmart or the shitty employees at Tim Hortons, these snot-nosed 15...
I thought you were going to say the Jews.
Oh, no, that's the next rant. But, you know, these, like, 16, 17-year-old kids that are all in these fucking shit jobs that everybody, like, takes for granted kind of thing, right? And
I do. Fuck Tim
and,
Hortons.
like, you hate them all. We all hate these children.
Yep.
But now they've been deemed essential services, and like there's no supplement for that. I feel it's just like it's such a weird concept to me that like essential workers can be children. Like I don't know.
Well, it's also like you were saying, like there is that government whatever program now where if you make under $2,500 they'll bump you up, and that does apply, I'm sure, to a lot of those kids and a lot of younger people or part-time workers or people just in a lower tax bracket. Like that's all great, but what's the incentive for me and you where we make just over that amount?
Right.
Yeah. I think I want a fucking
like
medal.
There should still be a supplemental percentage.
Yeah.
It's like I want fucking 20% topped up.
Top us
you know?
up.
Like give me fucking another $500
Trudeau,
or whatever,
fucking
$600.
Cuck bitch.
I wish your wife died.
Ooh, Sophia. Never heard a soul in her life. Doesn't deserve that.
He put a little fire under his ass to help us out.
Yeah, that's true. She would have been like the Terry Fox.
Yeah, she would have been the Terry Fox. Die for her sins like Terry.
Oh fuck! I was gonna say something, but now you just spun me. Poor Sophia.
Terry did some shit though. Terry's a fucking hero.
Yeah.
That bitch didn't do nothing but marry rich. Okay?
I heard Terry didn't go through Quebec.
Yeah, I started that rumor.
Would you?
No.
I don't blame him.
No.
Fucking get in the car and just drive through.
Just stay high in Ontario, man.
Yeah,
just fucking ride the border.
Hop out in Gatineau, cross the bridge.
Get in the van. Get in the fucking van and just drag your leg behind the van.
Yeah, just scuff up your shoes a bunch.
That's right.
It counts.
Totally
It counts.
But I want a fucking like a Liquidator-esque medal at the end of this.
You know what? That leads to my first gripe of the day.
Okay.
All these essential services, aka people that work at Walmart and Tim Hortons, want to be classified as heroes.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves. You're not a hero. You have a shit job.
No.
You have a slave mentality. Stand up
Same.
for yourselves.
But
I know.
what the fuck's the incentive for those people to
Yeah,
continue
you're
going
not
to work? What
It's
is it?
essential because you need that paycheck. You're not an essential role.
I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but every morning...
No, I
You're
could
not a
live without
doctor.
it.
Fuck off.
Every morning when I drive to work, there's a sign that someone has put out that says, "Thank you, essential workers."
I don't think of Tim Hortons.
And every time I drive past it, I tip my cap and I say, "You're welcome."
Do you beep your horn, though?
No, it's usually at like 7:30 in the morning.
Wake everyone up.
Yeah, totally. Those cucks sleeping in.
You're welcome.
So easy to fucking sleep with the sign up.
Yeah, not doing anything for the
No.
greater good. But yeah, I risk my life every day. I'd like a medal. Liquidate me.
There's a big banner where we park. We park on like this like 3rd or 4th story parkade on top of
Look
Verona.
at this fucking
across from our site.
10-penny tower guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign an autograph.
10 gallon.
In front.
But there's a huge banner across, like, there's a building across the way from this parkade that we park on top of. And it's, like, probably 6 apartments wide, like 6 balconies wide, and, like, 4, like, long. Like, 4, like 2 stories long. And it's like, there are people that legit live behind that banner right now. Like, they have no say in the matter.
Say.
Like, the fucking building just rolled out and it says thank you to all the healthcare workers, a bunch of hearts on it. Which is nice. It's nice to see it, but it's like this massive, it's like one of those banners that you would see behind an airplane in the sky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not
Like,
only are you-
and it's just hanging in front of someone's
Not only
balcony.
you're in
They can't barbecue,
Not only are
fucking.
you not in like self-isolation, but they just have it like plastered
Yeah.
across your window,
get
so
no
you
sunlight.
can't see outside. You just have a giant fucking
Yeah, dude, those
W
people
or
are
something.
fucked.
Like, big fucking S in front of your fucking window.
Dude, it's exactly like that. I'll take a picture for you guys
Nice.
tomorrow.
Put it on the Instagram. Let the viewers see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, I'll send it to you guys. You guys can do it.
You can, by all means.
I don't know how.
Fine.
I don't know how to get into pretty much
You-
experts. I have a burner account on Instagram, so I can like all the porn stars and like look at rear pussy pics and shit. But I can't even
But
log
there's
in.
not even good
to
fucking
that.
porn on Instagram.
You need
like,
Twitter for
go
that.
to Twitter, bud.
Yeah, Twitter.
I don't care. It's still hot.
hot.
It's still hot, and it's like
PG.
I can look at it at work without feeling like a dirtbag.
Right. That's fair.
Can ya?
Fair.
You know.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm not looking at full penetration or like fucking bukkake gangbangs. You know, I'm looking at some fucking back pussy and a thong. Or,
What about in the washroom?
we don't have washroom.
Oh no, you just fucking
So-
shit in the corner.
Social distancing.
Yeah, shit and piss in buckets. No, we got porta johns or whatever, right?
Wow, that's an essential service right
Yeah.
there.
Oh, big time.
Jacking off at work is an essential service.
These are hard times.
Some guys got fucking caught smoking weed on the job on Friday, and yeah, it would turn into a big thing. Everyone got a fucking talking to. It's like, dude, that had nothing to do with us.
Mm.
Yeah.
Test
Well, they
me,
just
but
gotta
actually
show you their
don't.
dicks, right?
Test
Like,
me, but don't test me.
yeah.
Yeah. No, they don't care. I didn't realize this until I started, but they really don't give a shit as long as you don't show up doing it. Yeah, as soon as fucking 301 hits, you can fucking,
Yeah.
you know, mainline whatever you
Wow.
want. Yeah, as long as you show up the next day and you're not fucking still riding that train, you're fucking good,
301
dude.
socks off, and you're just plunging.
Yeah, yeah. But as long as you're fucking ready to go at 6:45, they don't give a shit.
Nice. Well, that's good. That's a good workplace.
Yeah, yeah. So we smoke up like a ton, man, every day after work. There's a whole crew of us just go stand by our cars and just fucking keep our social distancing and roll our own doobs and just fucking
After
for like
work
an
though,
hour
or
after
like
work.
during work?
All the fucking. No, not
Yeah.
during. After work. I don't like being stoned at work.
No.
Even when I'm like
No.
really comfortable in my job, I just don't like
I
it.
learned that a very long time ago. I found that like I would get up
Yeah.
in the morning and like hit my bog and then go to work, and then like an hour, 2 hours into work, I would just be burned out and not want to be there. And then it's like now I have to maintain this by either smoking on my break. You know,
Yeah.
that it's just like fuck that. Like if you just don't do this, you won't feel that
Yeah.
way. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I remember we had. I had a job where we used to fucking get high every day on lunch, and then on
Zellers.
weekends we get drunk. No, it was.
Let's
fucking-
tell work stories.
That was that
Yeah.
minus 40 place where everybody
Nice,
worked.
40. Yeah, I only worked there for a day.
Oh, you worked there for a
Only
bit?
one
Yeah,
day.
wow.
I worked there for a month. I was like a temp, but like when
Oh,
they
wow.
let us go, I was fucking wasted. In the fucking like, it was like I thought we were getting in shit for being drunk. Like I was so fucking scared, kind of thing. Like we're so boned. And then it was just like, yeah, but there's no work, so we're just gonna lay you guys off. And it was like me and my buddy who were wasted, and then like these two older ladies, and it's just like, yeah, like we'll call you if there's more work. And it's like, oh, so this isn't because I can't fucking walk straight, like just fucking swaying out.
There
of
was
it.
something so sick about having those temp jobs. Mike, were you also a temp guy with us?
No, I just worked at Applied
Yeah.
Wiring, and then
I feel like I turned the group.
that might have been through the temp.
No,
No.
me and
I
Skyler
don't
went and
know.
got that job, and then you kind of just got grandfathered in somehow. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
somehow. I think you just drove me there one
but
day, and then I
that's how it
started
works.
working.
That's how
I'm
like
pretty
so
sure.
many of those like late teens, early 20s jobs were for us. It was even like getting the temp job where I'm like after like
Wait, is that through Manpower?
no it's through
Manpower.
Express. But like I remember like we were
Oh, yeah.
working all together at Applied Wiring. And I'm like I don't mind factory work. Like I can do mindless, but after
Ugh.
3 to 6 months, like I'm so burned out from
Yeah.
doing the same repetitive task.
Yeah.
I just want a new repetitive task
Yeah.
every couple weeks.
That's it. Yeah.
Because I can do it. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
looking at like
Well, every job has
yeah,
every job
the
is
monotony.
repetitive.
Like I can do
unless
just
it's
turn your brain
creative.
off, like put your MP3 player
Yeah.
like up one ear, whatever. But to do this like for a couple months in a row and look around and see old people working here is just so depressing. So I'm like, I'm gonna get the, walk into the fucking temp agency,
Yeah.
try that on, and did that like for a few weeks, and then turned the group on. Like I got you and like Curtis was in on. I'm pretty sure Dave also. Like there's a few of us that all like jumped into like let's just do the temp thing, and every 2 weeks you have a new job, and it was fucking sick for a while. Like you got paid like shit.
Well,
but
yeah,
you didn't
'cause
get
like you
bored.
said,
it's
it's
just
like-
here you get a phone call and it's like
That's
here's
it.
your new job for 2 weeks. You're placed here. It's like sick, whatever.
Yeah.
That fucking place. Do you remember how shitty it was though? Like they closed at like 5
on Fridays. Yeah,
and that was when you got paid.
Yeah.
and it was like if you didn't get there before 5:30, like you didn't.
to pick up your check.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
You
fucking
didn't get paid that
till
week.
Monday, kind of thing.
It
Like
was
you'd have to,
fucking
you know what I
bullshit.
mean? And
What?
being the fucking little party animals that we were, it's like, no, I need that.
I need
like,
that.
$400.
Especially you're working till 5 and you
It's
have
a
half an
bullshit
hour to
system.
get over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
I remember
sucked.
more than once because of like the former roommate. Like she would drag her fucking ass all the time. Like, want to meet up Friday? You know?
Yeah.
When you're done work, I'm like, yep. I got to go get my check first, and then I'll meet you. Oh, I can meet you on the way. Like, I'll grab him. We'll walk together or whatever. And it's like, okay. And then every
This sucks.
fucking week
This
she
sucks.
was late to like meet me at
Yeah.
work. And then I wouldn't get paid, and it's like, well, you're fucking paid for whatever we're doing this weekend, and
Yeah. Yeah, this bucket is on
yeah,
you.
like next weekend when I get a double check, like we'll be rich, but like this is on you.
This is on you, bitch.
Yeah,
Be low key rich.
but I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, -40. That fucking shit job. I remember
Yeah.
getting there in the morning, and it was like a fucking crazy rainstorm. Like it was raining so hard, like typhoon-esque. And like asking the boss, I'm like, what happens if the power goes out? And he was like, that's a really interesting question for a first day on the job. And I was like, it seems incredibly relevant today. And he kind of had an attitude like, you're just like looking to like take a break kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
what happens when the power goes out? He's like, I don't know. That's never happened before. I'm like, okay. Like, sure, whatever. And then within 40 minutes, like the power went out. Like on this huge factory, and it's like,
Well, now you
Yeah,
look
exactly.
and
guilty.
there's like,
right?
you know, they just have the emergency lights on, like the like rotating like siren lights. Like you can't see shit. You're gonna fall
Yeah,
and break
yeah.
your arm trying to get
No.
outside, and you go outside to a
Yeah. And this
a
is what you were
tropical
trying to
storm.
prepare
Like this
for.
is what I want a heads up on. Like where do I go? Do I go to the break room? Like
Yeah.
what happens?
Yeah.
And I think I lasted until
This is before anyone told you what a muster point was.
I don't know what a mustard point is. What the fuck is a mustard point?
That's where you meet when the fucking power goes out in the
Well,
hurricane.
they don't have one in at
That's a
-40.
mustard?
Yeah,
Let's
well-
put them under the.
I was gonna say no. That was probably 10 years before
Oh.
they
They were
even really gave a
whatever that
shit.
fucking boss's name, Dave or some shit. He was an asshole. Craig, do you remember? You worked there longer than me.
No, I don't remember.
He was a fucking
I
dick.
told you I was drunk every
Yeah,
day.
you were drunker. I lasted till lunch. Like I worked a half a day, and then at lunch
and the power was
the
out
power
for
was
3 of
out
those
for
hours.
maybe half an hour, from like 8 to noon. Power was at half an hour,
and then
and
you
by
went
noon
home
I'm like,
forever.
I'm going to get lunch at the mall, and then well in the mall, ran into some friends. I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Not going back. Like, fuck
No,
that job.
that.
I just remember too that
For sure,
after
fuck that
we
job.
got laid off and I was wasted drunk, me and my buddy drove out to Brampton and went to the strip club, and that was the first time I had ever gone to a strip club.
What time in the afternoon is this?
It's probably like 2:00. Went for a
Oh,
peel.
day
The best
shift.
time.
Went for a
Peelers.
peel lunch.
Yeah, you get that lunch buffet
Yeah, exactly.
going. Fuck
Peel
yeah.
lunch. Yeah, and then we went back to Georgetown, and I went to the beer store and got denied because I was too drunk.
Oh,
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Ooh.
daytime denied.
Yeah, and then like having to go and
Yeah.
and met up with like my roommate at the time, and just like I was asleep at like 8:00 on a Friday night, and she was so pissed at me, and she couldn't get alcohol because she was like not old enough to buy. So I guess I was like 19 at the time, 19, 20-ish.
Yeah, dating children.
Yeah,
Children.
those were the days.
We dated in high school. Like, give me a break.
You're all
We were
children.
all children.
Yeah, I remember. She was a little
Yeah,
babe.
Babies making babies.
Yeah. But back to fucking low key rich. Since this fucking quarantine thing, like I went and got that CERB.
Yeah, no one's spending any
You know?
money. I feel like on our last show we were like, yeah, fuck
Dude,
that.
I
We're
got
not
it.
getting
I'm going to work every
Oh,
day,
I got.
and I don't feel guilty.
The next day I messaged
There's
you,
no
like,
guilt.
Did you get your free money?
The fucking,
Fuck yeah.
I
The
messed
C-
it-
like the CRA is gonna
No
fucking
guilt.
bring
Fuck
this
them.
up
I'm not
when-
paying my taxes
Who cares?
anyway.
Who cares?
Just
Who
suck
gives a
dick.
shit? Yeah, fuck that. Who cares? Yeah.
I messaged our boy Rory.
Grow up,
Shout out to
dude.
Rory.
Grow up. Okay.
I'm like, Rory, you get your free Trudeau money? And he's like, I didn't pay my taxes last year. I can't get it. I'm like, doesn't matter. The
Doesn't
freest
matter.
money
Call
ever.
the number.
Freest money ever. Like, you just put in direct
1-800
deposit.
And-
money.
And if it ever catches up with us, like the repayment, the whole repayment thing, there's no interest on it. So it's just an interest-free
free,
loan, essentially.
It's not a loan if you
Worst
don't pay
case.
it back.
No, there it is. Just straight up theft. And I don't
Life
even
hack.
care, dude. I'm putting myself. Where's my incentive to fucking go
Exactly.
to work? I can fake sick and stay
Yeah.
home until this thing blows over. What's my incentive? My incentive is I'm gonna take that fucking money, and you're gonna have to come pry it out of my cold dead hands. You,
You know
cocksuckers.
damn well, like right now, it's like, here's free money for 4 months. They're going to extend that shit to 6 months. Like, that was
Yeah,
their, like,
I hope
March
so.
plan.
I need a new
Yeah,
truck.
like in March, they're like, oh, here's some free money
Fuck.
for 4 months. And like, by July, they're like, you guys might need a couple more months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yep,
just
we'll
saying,
see how
like,
this thing
before
goes.
we
I'm
jumped
taking
on
it,
the air,
dude.
like, I have that, like, shitty part-time moving job, and I haven't gone in a month because of, like, fuck that. Like, I'm not going into some dirty old people houses and getting some shit.
No.
And it comes down to, I work 20 hours a week at the moving company. At the end of the month, I make $900, $1,000. Like, it's good side money. Don't get me wrong. Good side money. I do like that. It's real physical. It's like all day workout. But it's hard as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's so depressing to,
of
like,
course.
get there and you see all this goddamn shit in some dirty hoarder's house and be like, I have to move everything onto a truck and then off to the truck. Like, you have to do everything twice.
You're not gonna even empty the litter box before we move it. Like what
It's
the
like,
fuck?
what the and like the amount of people that own rabbits. Here's a gripe: don't own fucking rabbits.
Ugh.
Like,
They're
you're disgusting.
gross.
You're a disgusting person
No.
if you own a rabbit. That cage
They stink,
smells
man.
so bad, and it's so heavy.
Oh.
It's filled with so much dirt and or sawdust, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's like, okay,
My sorry, back to with the
Yeah,
rabbits.
fuck
My sister
rabbits.
had one for like 5 years, and at my parents'
You
place,
let it
and
free.
it ruined that entire basement.
It's
It
horrible.
was 5
Yeah,
years. You couldn't go in the
you
basement.
walk in
It
a
was
house,
horrible.
you know if they own a rabbit. As soon as you open the door, it's like, oh, you
Yeah.
have rabbits? Cool.
Turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or ferrets or something. It's the same
It's
pissy
piss.
fucking
yeah,
smell.
It's piss.
Yeah, it's
Is
just
that
smells
fucking
like
piss
piss.
and mold.
Is a fucking rabbit a
Yeah.
rodent?
Yeah.
They must be.
They got rodent
Sure.
ass teeth.
They
Sure.
sure do.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, so it's
Edible
like,
rodent.
bust my ass 20 hours a week and make under $1,000 or do nothing and President Justin gives me $2,000. Like, where's the decision?
Yeah.
I just feel like, honestly,
There's no decision.
No decision.
if I was
in
in
that.
your position,
No.
I would be fucking putting on cam shows.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh
with
yeah,
this alien
show 'em
body.
butthole.
Man, somebody will watch
You
that.
want to see some ribs?
I don't want to see it. I'm just saying, somebody will want to see. Like, if you jerk off in front of a fucking webcam, someone will probably watch it.
By
and
all
jerk off
means,
to
you can supplement your income.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I have
sure.
a job. I'm an essential worker, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're not a hero though.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, but still, what's your incentive? What's your incentive other than like getting out of the house from your fucking full male roommate and your brother? Like, there's no incentive.
No, I
like,
mean, I have a fucking mortgage. I
take
have
that
to pay.
$2,000. Take that $2,000. Call it a day, dude. You deserve it. You deserve it. It's on me, bud. It's on
Take
me.
that $2,000.
I don't need it. I
Sell
don't-
your body online and make up the extra.
Who
500,
cares if you
600?
fucking need
That's
it?
not how it works.
Dude.
Free money.
Who cares?
Free money.
You guys do your thing.
Who gives a
This fucking
shit?
Mike over here
I'm
is a
sucking that
full-time
tea.
job and free money.
Yeah, buddy.
It's not for me.
Fuck. I mean,
shout out
I
to everyone
fucking,
that's getting
I
their free
paid so
money.
much money in taxes in my life. Like, I'm just getting some of it back. That's how I see
It's
it.
fair.
Yeah,
It's your
suck it.
money anyways, right?
Yeah.
Here's a hot
Till it's not.
tip for all the listeners out there.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as government money.
It's all free money.
No, it's your money.
But there is such
It's
thing as
our
government
money.
cheese.
It's tax money.
I had to go
The
visit-
government has money because we give them that money. So don't
Speaking
fucking
of
ever.
fucking government money, let's get some of
Look
it.
at
Let's
this
Wow.
guy.
let's get some of
Cash
this fucking
chucker.
government
What do we
money.
got there? That looks like a cool
Who
$1,200.
Where did you did you go to?
Yeah,
fucking,
you're pretty much
a
there.
Cash money place.
pretty
I've
much
sold
there.
some drugs in my life.
No, baby, I just go right to my bank.
And you took it all out.
No, this is just spending money.
This is blowing.
Okay, just in
Blowing
case.
nose money.
Fucking nose money during
Yeah.
fucking social lockdown.
Thank you, Mr. Trudeau. Boop, 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 boop.
Fuck your stupid wife, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Totally.
heard she gave it to fucking Idris Alba.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you know,
She's cheating on
I
the
would.
prime
That
minister?
No, like-
sucks.
they were all at some fucking like cuck thing. where
Yeah,
they all-
tea party,
yeah,
dinner
in
party.
Britain, just before it all fucking broke out. Like, I don't know. Hindsight being what it is, like there are a lot of fucking stupid people, and a lot of those stupid people run countries,
And they're British.
and they're British.
Yeah. Also, hindsight being what it is, I shouldn't have put that money in my mouth. pretty much.
Right after you blew your nose on it, that was what was weird. Like,
Yeah, I
you
for
held
sure
it
am getting
weird, like, you
corona
didn't hold it
from
like a
this
tissue.
government
you hold it like a
cheese.
tube and blew your nose
Yeah.
in it, and then you put your mouth
Yeah.
right
So
to
hindsight being
you
what
got
it is.
COVID.
Yeah.
Govida.
Yeah. There'll be no Mike
Or
next
fucking
week.
HIV, one or the other.
I feel like if you get
Yeah,
COVID, you
hopefully
can't get
HIV.
HIV.
They cancel each other out, you think?
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds right.
It's unlike tuberculosis.
But kind of the same.
Oh, back to the tuberculosis discussion from a few
Yeah, how
weeks
you
ago,
doing
the
with that?
Morgan's disease.
How you doing with that?
I haven't woke up with a bloody cough
Yeah.
in a while,
Oh, that's good.
but I did hear from my friend that is a healthcare worker, and she was like, I literally just talked to a doctor today and described your symptoms, and he said, drop everything and immediately go get help.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And I was like, I was
Oh,
really
my
stressed out that
fucking
morning,
God.
like, oh, fuck, I should go do this. And then she
Yeah.
replied, but since, like, the hospitals and shit are all fucked right now, just wait till this all blows over, then go. And I'm like, oh, so it's not a
So it can't be
drop
that serious.
everything and go. She's like, well, like, but absolutely go
soon as you
check
can.
that out. Like, no one should have high blood pressure and a heart rate of 112 at 35 years old.
Yeah. A complete
Yeah,
rest.
and that's like
Yeah.
someone like she knows me well. That's like doesn't like have a horrible diet, exercises regularly, doesn't do drugs.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a heart condition for sure.
Well, you're pretty clean.
murder.
Yeah.
You're pretty clean besides the McDonald's and the Tucky.
We had McDonald's yesterday for lunch. It was
And wings
delicious.
For dinner.
Yeah, but besides that, you lived a healthy life
Yeah,
up
that's
to
what
like
makes
the
no
last
sense.
couple
It
years.
makes no sense.
You
You
know?
also lived on like
Yeah.
fucking potato chips.
That's what I'm saying.
Oreos.
Like I did have a
Oreos and
horrible
Pepsi.
vegan diet. Like I was vegan, and that sounds like oh he's vegan. It's like
Yeah.
I didn't eat vegetables though. I just ate fucking chips and pasta.
strict candy diet.
Yeah, like
But still, I would say slightly better than if you had just been on this fucking out of control train you've been
Right.
on this last
like
couple
I
years.
used to always
Yeah.
defend the vegan diet in that way. It's like no way do I eat healthy, but I think it's healthier than if I had full reign to just eat a bucky of tucky every week.
No, vegan
Like just because I
diet-
eliminate a lot of garbage. But
Yeah.
now that I do eat meat, I feel so much healthier and better that, like, vegans are stupid. I was one of them.
Yeah, is this time for my gripe?
Bring it.
Vegan diet is the stupidest fucking thing
Yeah.
you can fucking do. All you're doing is destroying, like, your body.
Yeah.
Human beings are not meant to eat
You're just being a
fucking
martyr for
corn
cows.
and
Yeah.
rice.
Lentils.
Sorry.
I come around.
Here's another hot tip. Human beings are what we are because we ate fucking animals.
Yep.
And cooked them.
I'm with you. I get it now.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Like, that's why we are the top of
That was the first
the
step
first step.
towards modern
Yeah.
man.
Modern man.
So maybe you don't need it anymore, but you probably do.
You don't
And-
need it, but it's the same way that, like, I don't know. What's the equivalent?
Hold on. Do you think if you really didn't need it, then why do they make all of these meat substitute products? You still crave it,
Oh
even
my
if it's
God.
visually or like the food.
I hate it.
Like food in a certain format. You still crave that. Maybe it's like because we're conditioned
And
to
we're
like
lazy.
tacos and
Yeah.
burgers and
No,
hot dogs, but it's like
I feel like part of my gripe on this too is just exactly kind of what you're saying, where I fucking hate it, like absolutely hate it when it's like, here's a vegan hot dog,
Yeah.
here's a vegan hamburger,
Here's vegan prime rib.
yeah, like here's an idea, here's a crazy fucking
Bring it.
thought, make your own fucking food,
Yeah.
and make me want to eat that. You know, like
There's some good
The most
shit,
vegan
yeah.
I get is probably poutine. And it's
That's
not
absolutely
vegan at
not.
all. But that's you know.
2 of the 3 ingredients are not vegan.
But I'm just like,
and I'm sure the lard that they fry those fries in too is not vegan.
but I'm just saying, like
The
that's
most vegan you get is protein.
that's the most vegan I get. You know, like I don't know. It would be like if someone's like, you know, you want to eat Chinese food, but here's like the Chinese equivalent of an American hamburger.
Yeah.
Like I don't fucking want to eat that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right? Like.
And, like, not that I need to justify myself in any way, but when I went full vegetarian 2001, there was, like, I was in high school. I was, like, 18 years old. Like, there was not, you go to the grocery store and get the vegetarian section.
No.
So for a few years, it was a legitimate, like, I just eat different vegetables and shit. And then it slowly became, like, oh, you can get, like, veggie chicken burgers or veggie meatballs.
Yeah.
Like, and it slowly became like, oh, I don't even eat vegetables anymore. I just eat this processed garbage.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that happened.
Soy meat.
Where it's like, oh, I'm going to have, like, fish sticks tonight for dinner. And it's like, I'm vegan. It says they're, like, saute, whatever, seitan. Like, I have no idea. And you look at the ingredients and they're all just chemical bullshit. And it's like, this is in no way healthier. It's not helping the planet. It's making me sicker and shitty. But, like, I've been doing it so long, I just convinced myself that, like, no, I feel good.
Yeah.
Well, it's all
Yeah.
filler.
It's
There's no
all filler. I'm
sustenance,
always
right?
hungry. I'm always hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's like vegans are always just like, I'm so healthy, and it's like, really, because you're fucking transparently pale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you know how you know how to spot, like, you know, someone's a vegan
Yeah.
is because they're fucking, you can
They
see
look-
through them.
Yeah, they look like they get tired standing up.
Yeah. Just like,
Yeah, like a soft wind's
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
blow them over.
Oh,
But
fuck.
that change happens so slowly you don't notice. Like, every time you meet someone that's a vegan and, like, how was, like, converting? They're like, oh, it was really hard at first, but I got used to it. It's like, it's still really hard. You're just used to it.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like, oh, no, you just have to adapt. Then you're used to it. And
know
I
what
was
else-
that person for, like, 9 years.
You know what else
12
is really
years or
hard
some
and you
long
get
ass
used
time.
to it is prison.
You just get used to
You
it.
just get used to it.
But then
Yeah.
you
Get
have,
someone's
like, a
bitch.
delicious, like, can of tuna every day for
They do
lunch.
cater to that, though, because there's ethnicities that eat vegetarian and vegan, right? So they do cater to that. But I think, like, the quality of that
describe
food is
those
probably even worse
ethnicities.
than
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
out
like
them right
sickly
now.
old people. It's like, oh, the people in
Yeah.
Japan that live 100,000 years and they're all vegetarian.
But have
And-
you seen them?
exactly, like they don't even wear clothes. Like it's too heavy for them to put a shirt on.
They go into shock as soon as you put fucking
Yeah.
polyester on
The
them.
fucking sun is too bright for their fucking
Yeah.
weak ass jeans.
But no, like when it comes to health, it's like in all aspects of health and life, balance is
Oh,
key.
you got it.
In every fucking thing. Mental health, physical health, social, all that shit. Like everything you do to be considered healthy requires balance. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. You can't argue with science.
Can't argue
so,
with science.
Try me. So fucking
And
try
the
me.
great,
I was gonna be like, you can argue science.
You can argue
You
science.
totally can argue science, but that's just called science.
Argue that, you
Argue
cuck.
that.
Arguing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's still
called
science,
peer
cuck
review,
bitch.
motherfucker.
the great writer,
Wait, are we yelling at each other or some imaginary
We're
figure?
arguing science together, but against each other.
Oscar Wilde says, everything in moderation, even moderation.
Wow.
Wow. Deep.
Yeah, there you go.
fucking
There you go.
great.
And that guy was illiterate.
and he
Fucking
was-
lived in a garbage can.
No, he was fucking cool as fuck. He fucked
Yeah.
dudes. He did whatever he wanted.
Yeah, and that guy had a micro.
There's
business.
nothing like okay. There's nothing wrong with fucking dudes.
No.
I'm not getting there, but it's like it's also not cool.
I think it's
He
pretty
just
cool.
said like he's cool as fuck.
If they
he was-
want
he
to
was
be
cool
fucked,
as
it's
fuck, man.
cool.
He fucked dudes like.
I just feel like that's a level of like
Like, I thought you were gonna be like he plays pool.
like
he
Keith
wears a cool
Richards
jacket.
or like what's the other one? Mick Jagger. Like he'll fucking do
Yeah.
David Bowie, fucking dude. Like also fuck David Bowie.
Well, for sure they were
David
fucking
Bowie
each other, for
children.
sure.
Yeah, he did everything. That's cool.
That's not. Yeah.
Keith.
David Bowie got off like he died
David
before
Bowie
all
is
that
the
shit.
fucking least cool, iconic rock
Oh my
star,
God,
dude.
he's
Like
so
he's so
fucking
fucking lame. His music blows, his image blows,
What
everything
was
about
his
him blows.
image that
Fuck
he
him.
fucking
Glad
just
he's
He
dead.
painted his
Image?
face and fuck kids. Like that's cool.
His key.
Yeah, you know who else did that? Fucking that guy that dressed as a clown.
John Wayne Gacy.
Fucking- yeah, John Wayne Gacy. Yeah. What makes him better?
He just
than
didn't
that?
fucking make an opera about it,
I bet you
okay?
John could fucking
Didn't write a
sing.
rock opera about it.
John Wayne Gacy had the voice of an angel.
I
You
think
take
so.
that back.
Yeah, he's an art. I have art of his hanging in my bedroom.
He's beauty.
Better than Bowie.
Bowie.
Better than Bowie.
Did
yeah.
more than Bowie.
More artistic than Bowie.
Fuck
Same
Bowie.
image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck David Bowie.
There's not many people that like I raise a glass to when they died. Bowie was one of them. And that cuck from Trailer.
Like in a fuck you
yeah.
way?
No,
Or,
no, yeah, no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
In a
looking
total fuck
forward
you.
to the.
Like I like here, like pour one out. Like I'm glad you're dead.
I'm looking forward to the Netflix
Yeah, okay,
show
okay.
on Bowie fucking kids and stuff.
Yeah, oh
That'd
yeah.
be a good show.
He definitely fucked like 12-year-old.
Is he getting Me Too'd right now?
Right now.
He is.
Me
He's
too,
getting
baby.
married. I seen
Yeah.
him.
Wow. RJ thinks that's cute.
He's cool.
Yeah, it was cool because he painted
Like,
his face.
it's not cool to like fuck kids.
Fuck
It's
dudes.
not cool to fuck kids, but I think it's cool to do whatever you want. So it's
Oh yeah.
it's hard to
Yeah,
like draw.
You have to have your own
You gotta
standards.
do you gotta do you.
Now,
Like it sucks.
But
when
as a
it's-
rich person who like kind of like he probably just like skips through social. Get out of it, Chooch. He probably just like skips through social norms and whatever because he's rich
cute.
and famous and he like gets away with bloody murder.
Sure.
It's like, well, what's the next thing on the list?
Yeah.
Fuck kids. That's probably like number 3 on the list. If you're rich and famous and can do whatever you want, and laws don't apply. Like number 3, maybe even number 2, first 3 on the list for sure. One of them's gonna be fuck kids.
Yeah.
And it gets all the way down to like traffic kids and all that. Like that's probably number 15 on the list. But it's like, you start with fucking kids when you're rich
what
and
are we
famous.
talking about?
But that's like one of the first things you do.
What the fuck is going on? Is this spiraled into? We used to out fucking pedophile rings, and now you're admitting your fucking love. Like, if I was rich and famous, first thing I'd do fuck kids.
Come June when I have
I wouldn't say I
3
would. I'd say
months
they
of
do.
President Trudeau money. I'm gonna be starting fucking kids.
Yeah, low-key rich,
Couple
bitch.
more months of this Trudeau money, and I'll be in the 1%, and I can fuck some kids. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking kids,
But no,
though,
but back to
oh.
like the whole. Yeah.
Speaking of fucking
okay.
kids, did anybody check out the Decline at the Red Rocks?
What a video.
Fuck
How
yeah,
cool
dude.
was that?
Yeah, that fucked some kids for a minute at the end.
Oh,
RJ.
well, I was just saying, like, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
honestly, best encore I've ever seen
Yep.
in my life.
Definitely.
Yeah,
That was
totally.
perfect.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
fuck the kids.
Part 1, not the whole
Yeah,
thing.
just part 1.
3
you know?
seconds on.
Yeah,
Just
you
part
want
one.
an encore? The song's called "Fuck the
That
Kids."
was great. That was so
Yeah,
great.
But yeah,
That was so
we
great.
we watched it Friday night. I guess they released it last week, and I'm just like, I wanted to build it up. I wanted to get into it because I'm a big believer in the decline.
I shared it on Facebook. I think it got 2 likes.
Told you.
Oh,
Told you
nice.
he's gonna bone you up.
Nice, fucking Mr. Popular.
Who uses Facebook
I do.
anymore? Are
I
you
do.
50?
I
I
use
the
it.
book.
There's a lot of like my older fans, aka mom.
Yeah. How do you send butt snaps?
Oh yeah.
Also, my phone
Dude,
is
I just
like
send it blindly into the
my
world.
phone is so out of
Random
fucking
numbers.
memory that anytime I take a photo, I have
yeah.
like 12 hours.
Yeah, you take more than 3 pictures or something.
You know when you like,
you gotta delete 4 apps.
do you have an iPhone?
No, I got an
piece of shit.
Android.
You poor piece of shit.
Yeah, I guess a part of the
So
problem.
anyway, on my fucking iPhone, if a photo is like 24 hours old, when you click on it, it's like low resolution, and it has like a little fucking action icon, like can't open because it's too low resolution. Like I don't know what it is. It's like a memory thing.
I don't fucking know.
So basically, every
Oh,
time
yeah.
I get a photo sent to me, or I take a photo I want to keep,
it
I have to send it to
looks like Super
myself.
Mario.
I send it to myself over Facebook
Facebook,
Messenger, because then it like actually saves. Because if it's on my if it's in my
Ah.
phone, like iCloud, whatever, like it's all
That's a good way
it's
to
all
do
low
it.
resolution because it's like saving memory. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Wait, you can send a message to yourself on Facebook?
Yeah. And I just
Oh,
use that
shit.
as like my image
Like, it's
gallery.
2020.
That's super
Come on,
smart,
man.
yeah.
I send all my everything to myself, so it's like it's somewhere because my phone sucks.
That's
Someone
smart.
sending me a hot nude, like I gotta bank it because my
Don't-
phone can't be reliable.
totally.
Like the amount of
think-
phones I've gone through and lost some
Oh,
hot
yeah.
nudes, like that shit sucks.
I think, like, kind of what you're saying, not the hot news, but like,
Dude.
if I go on a trip somewhere and take pictures, I fucking like will instantly post them on Facebook, and it's like not so much the like, hey everybody, look at what I'm doing.
It's a little bit that.
It's a little bit that, but it's also the same thing that it's like I know that in a year and a half I'm not gonna have this
Yeah,
phone,
this phone's
and they
gone.
have to go somewhere. Like I don't have,
Oh, yeah.
like I don't know, I can't.
I don't know how to
I'm
work
stupid.
that shit.
I'm
Year and a
so
half.
fucking dumb when it
Yeah.
comes to technology.
Yeah,
That it's like I don't know what a cloud is.
yeah. I'm not signing up and paying for anything either. It
No,
should be all free.
that's also part of it. Like, do you want more space? Like, no,
Fuck no.
I'll just post it on Facebook and then delete them, or like not even delete them. They're just
I'll just make
They
another
just turn
email.
Low
Yeah.
resolution.
yeah. They're just I got phones in my fucking drawer, old dead phones, cracked to shit. That if I turn them on, they're just full of like pictures, a couple nudes.
One of my
Yeah, I take all that shit and I just put it on like a Gmail fucking
yeah.
thing. So I got fucking 10 different Gmail drives, Google Drive, associated with emails that I don't even know anymore, that have so many dick pics and so many tit
Like,
pics
from other
and
people?
So many
why are
like
so many people sending you dick pics.
Yeah,
because I'm sexy, bro.
because I'm sexy
Okay.
and I know it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite
Right.
nudes
Yes.
I ever got in my life. Like this is the theme of the show, I guess. Just send nudes.
You fucking hetero.
I was like dating this girl, and she was like pretty hot, but she was annoying, and I liked her friend way more than her.
Nice.
So I
That's
ended up
tough.
doing the
That's
friend
tough. That's a
switch.
tough
I
situation.
did the friend switch, which is
No.
rare.
Yeah.
But then
Ooh. Did you bang them both though?
no, the friend also didn't like me that much. But I
Remember, this could be this week or 6 years
it
ago.
was it
Remember.
could be last week. It could be 6 years. It could be 2011.
You haven't left the house in a month. It better not
It
have
was
been
not.
fucking
It
last
was not last
week.
But when,
I've been telling him to sneak out.
when the
I've been trying to get him to
original
sneak out of the
girl
house.
realized I started like fooling around with the friend who I liked anyway. She sent me like the like hottest like Miss February pose of all time,
Wow.
and just like
Damn.
enjoy it. You'll never see this again. And I was just like,
Wow, that's such a good out.
but then it was like
That's
immediately
so
at work,
dumb.
just like showing all my friends. I'm
Yeah.
like, who the hell does this as like a
Yeah.
breakup text?
That's so dumb.
like
Not-
banking.
That's
banking
awesome.
this.
That's a-
No, I mean, like, from your point
Oh,
of view,
oh,
for
yeah.
you
It
to
was
get
the
that,
best. Yeah.
so
It was the
awesome.
best.
Yeah, yeah.
And just like enjoy it. You'll never see this again. It's like I'm gonna see this every morning.
Yeah,
Like
you
what
just
is?
sent me this
Yeah,
picture.
because I have the picture
No,
now.
you know who else
Yeah.
is gonna see this? All my
Dumb
All
friends.
my
bitch.
friends are gonna see
Yeah.
this
Twitter.
because like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna show
No, I
like,
guess that's
Yeah.
revenge porn. You probably get like.
but
shit.
it is full revenge porn.
Oh, it's definitely full.
It's full.
That's awesome.
But
Yeah.
like if
That's
I'm
totally
like
awesome.
actually dating someone, like I would never share those with my friends because it's
No.
like no, like I respect this person, I trust this person, this
No.
is for me.
No.
But if we're broken up
Yeah.
and you're sending me a spite nude, like,
Yeah, bitch.
oh, this is I'm
my
showing
mom's seeing
everybody.
that shit. I'm showing my
Yeah, I'm
mom
printing
that.
this shit
Yeah.
out.
This is spiteful.
This is getting
bitch.
printed. But, you know,
Batch.
hindsight being
Spite.
2020,
Batch.
that was a phone in 2011 and it no longer exists, and I don't remember that girl's name. But I remember the story.
I bet you it fucking had like a Sue attached to it.
I think it was Christy or something like that.
Peggy Sue or Molly Sue.
I don't know.
Charlene.
Brenda.
Was it
It was a
Charlene?
good time.
Ugly name.
We laughed real hard. Even like all the girls at work, I'm like, look at this fucking stupid bitch sent me this, and they're all laughing. Like, I would never do that. I'm like, yeah, you will. Yes, you will.
Yeah, you definitely will. To me.
You've already. Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's a great sign off, man. As far as I'm concerned, if I'm on the other end of that, being like getting told "fuck you,"
I think it
fucking
depends.
bitch," like that's a great
Like,
sign
if-
off. Like
But-
she left a mark. You don't remember her name, but
I
you
I
definitely
don't remember
remember
her
the
name.
size
But
of
I
her
just
bush.
feel like, how does that
I do
like?
remember that. That's the only thing that stays.
Yeah,
That's the
right?
only thing you remember.
I just like. How would that?
Yeah, how much bush
Yeah.
was there?
How would that?
What
girl,
era was
how
it?
would that girl feel though?
Yeah.
If you sent that message to her to break up with her.
Oh, I know.
right?
Like Tom Selleck.
like,
Oh my
you
lord!
just spread your ass cheeks.
RJ would be on
Yeah.
CNN, man. Like that shit would have went
Right,
worldwide.
like, that's where I think that's a little fucked up. Like,
Yeah,
if I sent a girl,
that's
yeah,
totally awesome though. I want to do that.
take a good look.
Maybe not full spread, but like a tasteful, like from the ground
Like,
looking
she
up.
needs to see.
You know what I
think you
mean?
need to see the taint. If you're sending a picture like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you want to see the taint and the bottom of your dick and balls,
Yeah.
right? Like you don't need to see my asshole,
Yeah.
but like ground up
Like,
shot.
ground up.
You
Yeah,
gotta take
oh,
a
yeah.
picture.
That's a fuck you. That's a fuck
would-
you. Like I'm stepping over your face while
Yeah,
I'm nude.
Take a picture of
You
something
know?
they should never see, even like if you're like 8 years deep into the relationship, right? Like there's
Yeah, like if you're upside down on a 69, you know what I mean? Yeah, right? If you're on the top of a 69, like that's not a good look
there's
getting
a
off.
reason why guys
right?
don't go on top.
Crawling
of
up.
a
I've never
69.
been on top of a 69.
There's a
but now I
few
want
reasons. There's a
Yeah,
few
because you
reasons.
choke the person.
I've been asked to, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" And we laughed. We laughed. It totally killed the mood in a good way. And it was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Like I have udders for one. Once I start get in that position,
like
my
breathing?
whole body is a giant udder. Also, my balls are gonna fuck you
Yeah.
up, right?
Just resting on your eyes.
Oh, give her night goggles.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you're gonna come away with fucking conjunctivitis.
Some sort of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a reason why.
But also, like, what am I doing? Am I just a solid throat fuck going on, like all the way past the reflex throat
Yeah.
fuck? Because it's not. It just doesn't work.
I
It
just-
doesn't work. It's
You'd
ridiculous.
have to have your butt real high. Like, you got to get the angle.
You'd have to be doing a
You have
plank.
to plank.
If your throat.
You'd have to
fucking-
plank
No, I just mean to, like, because if you don't.
to get on top
like,
of a
To
69.
do the throat a person is like
You have
fun
to
for a few
constant
seconds,
plank.
but you can't
Plank.
hold that for like 4
Yeah,
minutes.
but it's like
No.
that'll kill them.
Yeah, okay,
That'll
you
blind
know
them
what I'm
and
saying.
I
kill
don't want you
them.
to gag and bite. Like, there has to be some headroom.
Yeah, I
So
don't.
you
not
got
a
to
good
plank,
look.
and it's like that's too much work. I don't want to get sweaty.
Oh,
Like, I
God.
don't get the throat fucking.
I like my sex like I like the rest of my life, as lazy as
Yeah.
possible.
Laying on my side,
Laying on my side in the morning.
Lady on her side.
laying on my side with the TV on.
Yeah. Fucking Marie Kovic, fucking giving DNA results in the background.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
Mike, that's water. That's not booze. What are you drinking?
Oh, I'm fucking my fucking 40
Get it
Creek's
going.
gone.
Get your 40 Creek
Well, it's
going,
gone.
you little bitch.
Well, I fucking coffee I was drinking is gone. I'll
Pour-
pour a
get
little
that
bit.
40
I'll
Creek
just drink.
out.
Oh, I
Stop
got
being
this.
such a
Jesus.
fucking CS.
It's fucking Sunday afternoon. Get that 40 Creek in ya.
God gave us this day for 40 Creek.
Yeah. Don't be a Trudeau wife.
So I will never.
You kind of look like her, you cuck.
But
Oh, a
do
little
I?
bit. You got the same mustache.
so you want to fuck her? You want to fuck her dad too? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you before, and I'll tell you
Maybe I
again.
do.
I don't fuck your dad. He fucks me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He's totally in control. He's got a hog.
He probably does.
I'm
He
telling
probably
you,
does. Have
I'm
you seen
looking
the
you
size
in
of that guy?
He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
a Hulk.
Yeah.
I call it,
Oh,
call
for
it
sure.
Charlotte.
For sure he does. Yeah. He's got the widest head known to humankind. Like his top head. So I imagine his
Oh my
bottom
God.
head is
He's
like
like a tuna can.
fucking Nalgene. It's Nalgene, baby.
Yeah. Call him the thermos.
My poor mom. Shout out to my buddy. I'm not going to name him, but he gave me this fucking awesome, dope banana hammock.
Oh, wow.
And it is righteous, man. Righteous buds. This shit.
Nice.
So shout out to my boy.
Do you snort it? What do you do with it?
Also, yeah, you're supposed to, but yeah,
I've
snuff
never done
it.
that drug.
What, snuff?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not a drug, dude. It's tobacco.
What's snuff? Did you say snuff?
It's tobacco. It's tobacco you snort.
What was that like?
What?
That's weed. That's just
Yeah.
weed. That's just weed
Oh.
that I have. Okay.
What was that like?
But yeah, snuff is
Fake
tobacco.
weed that you could get in convenience stores for a while.
Was it that...
Mullen.
Or what was that? Salvia?
Salvia.
That wasn't fake, man. That was real.
Oh,
That shit
yeah,
was
salvia.
fucking weird.
That's its own fucking nightmare, dude. That's what that
sucked.
is.
I didn't like that stuff ever.
I had a bud
No.
that was big
That
on
shit's
it.
like the worst psychedelic trip you've ever had for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Is what
I
it
remember
is.
doing it one time and having like a really
Complete
crazy
freak
trip.
out.
And then like months late, like years later, hanging out with our
You relapsed.
cousins from Windsor.
Yeah, they're trash
And they
people.
kept going. I can't
You have
remember.
a flashback?
I can't remember what they called it, but they kept being like, "Oh, we got this like Guatemalan dope. Like you guys are gonna love it."
Yeah.
And like kept saying that, and it's like, what the fuck is this? And then we smoked it.
It
Obviously,
just looks like green sand.
And then, like, as we got
Yeah.
talking about it, and, like, the way they were talking, like, oh, yeah, you're just going to get, like, a real good, like, crazy trip for, like, a minute and a half, and then that's it. And I was just like, is this salvia? Like, you're describing salvia right now.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, that's also
Oh,
what people
no.
call it. Like, Mexican tobacco. It was, like, something stupid
Yeah.
like that. And it was like, you motherfucker. Like, you got
Yeah.
me. Yeah, like, I'm...
Yeah, they sound dumb
I'm
as
so,
shit.
like, I'm fucking, like, 4 halls into this thing. Like, God damn it.
Dude, that shit's it's not a fucking
No.
game. And the stuff we used to smoke was like the lowest grade from alternative. There was like 10 times more powerful shit. So the story goes, right?
It,
Like 100x and 1000x or whatever. Just used to get the lowest grade. I remember we used to smoke it in my nan's living
It's the
room
only place I ever
in the middle of the
smoked it.
day.
Well,
It's horrible. It's horrible. I think I did it 3 times my whole life, and I just was around a million other people doing it, and it's just always a bad time
Oh, it was terrible.
for everybody. Literally, anyone who's there is also having a bad time.
And like, it's just like it's so quick, and it just like fucks you. Like it just
Terrifying.
raw dogs
It's
you
absolutely
for, like,
terrifying.
A minute and a half, and then like you're just like for 15
Yeah.
minutes afterwards, you're just like, what the fuck did I just experience? Like you're cold.
I've smoked DMT a few times now, and it's like kind of the same experience as far as like how quick it is and how intense the effects are. But like DMT is like pleasurable and totally like otherworldly, right? Like salvia is like you just have like it's almost like it fucking makes you have a mini stroke, you know? It's kind of what it feels like. You're just on the slight edge of stroking out, and you're panicking, and you're hallucinating, and like your body's shutting
It kind
down.
of sounds sick, guys.
It's not though. It's not. It's
Honestly,
not.
as cool as it can be, because some people don't fucking trip out on it. I feel like the come down.
Oh, they're not inhaling. That's the only reason.
But no, like the come down off of it is not like the hangover. I'll call it sucks. Like it was
instant.
like you
Instant.
just feel like garbage
Yeah.
for the next like couple hours because whatever the fuck your brain just.
Yeah.
went
It's the
through
worst
is fucked.
psychedelic you can fucking
Yeah.
you can do. It's like not even worth it, dude. It's
But yeah,
garbage
no, it's
shit.
terrible.
That shit's like crocodile. That's like crocodile
Yeah,
in Russia.
crocodile.
You know what I mean? Like that's the
Yeah.
Canadian version of crocodile.
Like, it was such a terrible experience. I remember sitting on your couch, Mike, in your grandmother's basement, and then fucking like looking over and like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Goofy.
Oh yeah, you full on
and
freaked the
it
shit
was
out of all of
this,
us.
Like, I
Stupid
remember
look
it
on
was
your
like
face.
this like the couch started morphing up onto the wall, and I just remember being like,
It was a cool
and
couch
I was
too,
like,
by
this
the way.
is
It was
so cool.
trippy,
I gotta
sober.
tell everybody about how like trippy
Yeah.
this is, and then I just heard they're like, yeah, you totally should, and like look over, and fucking Mickey's sitting there with all his buds, and they're like ready to go, you know.
Oh, that's creepy.
And it was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm now in cartoon world, but it was terrible. Like, don't do
Dude.
these drugs.
And in that basement of all places, like that's what you see right before you die.
And then like I come
You
back
know,
to
like-
him and just like this concrete like Pepayette fucking structure.
Cinder block basement that smells like fucking garbage and spray
Yeah.
paint
Definitely like
and
the
wood
scene
fire.
of a couple rapes. Not by you or anybody, but like
Might have
maybe
been before my time. Before my
prior
time.
owners.
All we did down there was dream about women, shittily play our instruments, and draw all over the walls. Like that's all we did.
that.
That's life.
We had some projects though. Like we tried to grow weed
sure
a few
did.
times, never worked out. We fucking, built some other random crap. Shot
Remember
BB
that
guns.
time we tried to fucking make a
Yeah.
grow house, and it was like we had all this white
Yeah.
paint, and you were just
We took all my fucking Nan's bread pans, and she was
and we
pissed.
were like, no, we got all this white paint that we were gonna paint the interior of this thing, and you're like, no matter what we do, like we just can't spill this white paint, or my man will be pissed. And it was like, okay, and we got fucking like high and drunk, and we were like painting the fucking thing, and I stepped in the tray and fucking like skateboarded it into my dick. And like it fucking went everywhere. And you were so pissed. But I was just like, they were brand new pants that I had just gotten. So I was like, dude, I know you're pissed, but I gotta fucking
I just ruined these $40
just, like,
pants.
went upstairs and took a shower with my pants off. And then just wore wet jeans for the rest of the night. I went down.
I bet you if they haven't refinished that basement, that giant spot of paint still on the
Oh
floor.
yeah, like we cleaned it up, but
Oh,
it's like
you
you
can't take that off. It's too
without
thick.
turpentine, right? Like it was.
Oh yeah,
just,
no,
like,
you can't
floor
take it
over
all
top
off.
of
There's
it.
a tint.
But like I mean, luckily it was just like a concrete room, almost. I guess there was drywall
Yeah.
up, right? But
with a wood
it
stove.
was
Yeah, there was a little bit
we
of
drew all
drywall.
over the drywall.
Yeah. What a fucking rad basement. I wish I still had that
Yeah.
basement. That was so rad.
Yeah.
It was huge too. It was like 3 giant unfinished rooms, and each one was a different kind of fun. There was like the fire room with the pantry and the freezer we could munch out,
Remember?
and like had a bunch of garbage in that room. And then the next room was like where we hung out for a bit, and then that got all fucked up. So we moved to the back room where the dog was most of the time, and then made that even more fucked up. So then it was like, we got to move upstairs.
Do you remember that time?
And we did. And I fucked up all the spare rooms in that
Remember that
house.
time we were sitting in your fucking basement? Like, it was just you and me. We were fucking high as fuck watching, like, Half-Baked. And we just kept hearing this, like, loud clapping noise. And it was like, what
Yeah, I
the fuck
do.
is that noise?
It was in the summer. It was in the summer.
It was just this loud
Yeah.
fucking clapping noise.
Yeah.
And, like, there was, like, this weird closet behind the TV that we were, like, watching. And you went over and looked into it.
We freaked
And there
out.
was like this wire that was exposed, and it was like water, like from a pipe, was like dripping, like
Yeah.
close to it, and like as it
Yep.
would hit,
About
and
to start a
splash,
fire.
it would fucking hit the wire,
It was
and then
sparking.
just like
Yeah.
make a spark. And we got all fucking like
Yeah.
tripped out, like this is gonna start a fire, like electricity and water do not mix.
Yeah, we called my nan
Yeah.
down. We called my
his
nan down.
and she went to the neighbor who was like this, like Tim the Tool Man. She shows
Piece of
like
shit.
piece
Totally.
of shit. No, he's a good dude.
Wilson type.
And he came over and was just like, oh, like you just gotta like, I don't know what that wire was going to,
Pat.
but it was like it was like
Oh,
unnecessary.
yeah.
And so he's like, all you gotta do.
Yeah, totally. It was like for an outside, I think it was for like an outside GIC
Yeah.
plug. Like
So
for
we
plugging
turned
the
off
lawnmower
the
and
power,
shit in.
right in the basement, and he cut the wire, and then like for whatever
Yeah.
reason, bent it at like a 90-degree angle.
Right up into
right
the
up
water.
into the water, and fucking left. Turned the
And,
power
like,
back
taped
on,
it.
and we
Yeah.
fucking got high again. And then like the fucking clapping is now this like, whoom, whoom, right? Because now the fucking thing, like the water is full on like landing in it, and like we went up and told his man. And then as we were telling like his nan, like the neighbor came back and was just like, honestly, I don't know why I did that. Turned the power off, went back down, like
Did the other way.
and then like put the caps on it like properly. Like he just was like, oh, just bend it out of the way. But like he even realized. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, just bent it right up into the stream of water.
But like both times
Yeah.
this guy comes down and like there's still fucking clouds in this basement from the session that me and Mike have just smoked. Just like, do you hear that?
Oh,
noise?
my Lord.
Like, do you hear that? Do you hear
Yeah,
that?
we're freaking out. I thought you were gonna tell us about that time that we had that bird and that bird flew into my wood stove, and we had to wrangle that bird out of the basement. Because the reason I was gonna say I knew it was in the summer is because we didn't have a fire going, right? And this like cardinal, it was like this beautiful red bird, like flew into my stove, and it probably took 4 hours to get out of the basement. To the point where it's like I'm just gonna live with this for now. This is my bird now until it dies, right? Of electrocution over in the corner, right? Like I'm just gonna keep this bird. And then it was like, oh, it's close to the window. Let's fuck get it. And it was like wrangling, and then it would fly back into like the other side of the base. Like fuck. So we opened all the windows, and I think I just ended up going to bed and came back and like never heard from the bird again. So it either went out or it's still in there.
But even with that, I remember we used to like. We had a pretty tight crew that would go there every day and just get high and hang out. And then when like new people would come, we would tell them like weird things like there's totally like stray cats that live down here.
And then one would walk by the window almost every time. There'd be a cat would just walk by the window, and they'd be like, "What the fuck was that?" It's like, "That's a cat."
To the point where like
one
you'd
of the
be
cats.
sitting down there watching like a movie, and like you would hear something like like the house rustle, and people would be like, "Is that one of the cats?" And it's like, "Yeah,
that's
like, just
cat
don't
coming
worry
in."
about
Yeah,
it.
it's
And,
cat
like,
coming in.
And they would be like, "Dude, like what the fuck? Like you just let cats come in here and shit and piss and fuck in your like in your basement." And,
Yeah,
and
dude.
just be like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, they were here before we moved in."
Yeah, why do you think I own a dog?
Like
Keep the cats
exactly,
away.
like, this is pretty much their house. We bought it from them, like.
Yeah,
And
totally.
It was just the
We're in their
running
world
joke.
now. You entered their world
Yeah.
now.
You gave consent when you came down here.
You rent to those cats.
Yeah, bring some
Dude.
tuna.
That fucking house was awesome, and I still wish my family owned it. Because I probably wouldn't have ever left town, and I would have just stayed in that house for the rest of my life.
Was that why you left? Because your
Legitimately.
grandma was moving? I don't remember.
Yeah, I wanted to move west.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to BC, and as I was like trying to coordinate that, like I didn't know anyone there except for Kurt, right? And I didn't know Kurt that well at that time. And like to be honest, like, I wasn't planning on landing with him or anything. He was the only person I knew for sure was out there, right? I hadn't talked to him in fucking 4 years, but I knew he was out there. So that was kind of always in the back of my head. But then my mom introduced me to one of her cousins who I lived with for about 3 months in Edmonton.
Did you
and
kiss her?
said, look, you can come live with me. Yeah, because we're cousins.
Yeah,
No,
we
she
see
kissed her.
attractive
She kissed my
cousin.
mom because they're
Yeah.
cousins. Yeah. And so I got the opportunity to move out there. And at the same time as that whole thing was ramping up, my nan was like, I just want to sell the house and also move to Edmonton. And it was like, what? And my parents were like, excuse me?
She missed
And
you.
this was like the start of her losing her mind.
Yeah, it later turned
Right?
out to be dementia.
It was dementia. Dementia decision.
Full blown
It was
dementia.
fucking
She made so many horrible life decisions, and like no one could talk her out of it. You know, she almost killed herself and killed me a bunch of times in that 10 years there. You know,
by driving.
like she was, yeah, and just like making bad life decisions and shit, and like
No, I just remember she was a crazy driver.
like selling her
back in
house,
the day.
when she's 70 years
We
old.
used to get.
Oh,
we
dude,
used to get your
she was never
grandmother
a
to
good
drive us
driver.
to our drug dealer.
Yeah.
So we could get drugs.
Yeah, every other
like,
day.
Every
dude. She
Friday
was cool.
night was like we'd
She
go
was cool
over
as
to
shit.
Mike's place and we'd all have like we'd pitch in on like a 2-4,
Yeah.
and then we'd get Mike's grandma
Yeah.
to drive us to
She-
fucking the drug
Yeah,
dealer's
her Mercury
house.
Topaz.
And
Yeah.
then, like
Nan would get in her Mercury Topaz and smell like
Yeah.
sunscreen for
and
50
she
years.
would do laps,
you know?
like just like we would be like we're getting out, and she would just do like laps around the block.
We'll meet you back here in a half an hour.
And then, and also the whole time like we drove there, like she was like nuts. Like,
Oh, yeah.
did not know how to drive.
Totally
like,
nuts.
Shouldn't have been driving.
This is the last time. This is the last time.
I know what you're
You
doing.
guys are gonna have to figure out another
know.
way. You're gonna have to get your license. This is
I
the
saw
last
it on
time.
the
She would say
news.
that
I know
every
what
time
you
for
guys are
5
doing.
years.
So you wouldn't tell
Yeah.
her, like, we're picking up. We're just, like, going to go visit Neil for 14 minutes?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know
No,
what we
we'd
tell
just
her.
be like, yeah, we're
I
gonna.
don't even remember. I think we were straight up. I think we were straight up.
I do think we would tell her that we were going to get drugs.
Yeah.
We're buying dope.
Yeah. She said, well, you're not doing them in my house. And I was like, we'll see about that. And the whole time she'd be bitching at us.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
like getting the
bring
hard
us over there.
lectures.
Totally enabling.
Totally enabling us, like you see on the intervention.
But we also like took full advantage of that poor woman.
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
decade.
I remember
Yeah.
we had.
But she was great. She was great. And like she still talks about, she still asks about you and like Ken and a couple, you know, some of those other guys. She still remembers all you
Wait,
guys
she's
by
still
name.
alive? I thought she
I don't
died.
think she.
No, God no.
No, she's no, dude. Because if I no, she's
I
still
thought
here,
you-
man. I
she
saw.
got-
I saw her
Oh,
home.
I feel like last summer you went to her grave.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit the button up there.
No, that wasn't me. But
gotta get
anyways,
a
last
key.
time I was home, I was like, oh, she's like, what are you doing? She's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm going to, or I was just like staying with Rue for a couple,
Yeah.
like for a week,
Right.
right? When I was there. I was like, oh, I was out in Guelph staying at Rue, and she called you Ruben,
Yeah,
right? And she's like, oh, how's Ruben? And it's like, I'd tell her, and then next time you caught up, or came up, it was like, how's Ruben? It's like, yeah, we went over this,
You
okay?
You know. You
Yeah.
don't.
But yeah, no, she thinks of all that shit fondly, and even like before she totally lost her mind, like we'd always crack up about, or I'd get her laughing about some of those
Oh, yeah,
old
no.
days. Like that house was always like that when I was a kid, like up until about the age of 12, for as long as I can remember. All of my grandpa's brothers and sisters, my nan's brothers and sisters, and all their family, they'd come over like 5 to 10 times a year.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas,
Well, and even,
fucking
like-
Easter, Thanksgiving. All the newfies would get together, and the whole fucking house was full of drunks and people getting in fights and playing the spoons and the banjos. Like, that was my whole youth. That whole house was like party central. And even when my parents were growing up, there's pictures of me, like 3 years old, 20-person house party, and I'm like a kid holding a bong at this party at my nan's house. Like,
I mean,
that was a party house the whole time. It was in my family,
like,
for sure.
I feel like, you know what, like, we sound like little shitheads.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
And we were.
like, we would, like, Nan would fucking, we would do, like, the dial-a-bottle and get, like, booze sent to the house.
Yeah.
And she would sign for it. And we would
Yeah.
also buy her, like, you
Yeah.
know, like, the odd bottle of booze. Like, I don't think she really drank much.
Yeah, she liked wine.
But it was still just,
No,
like,
she liked wine, though.
you know, the odd drink. So it's like, here,
Yeah.
like, here's a bottle of this. And, like, I would, like, go over to Mike's house. And
If I
it's
made
like,
her like a hot toddy,
you know,
she'd
it's like
drink
Mike's not here, but you can hang out until he gets here,
Yeah.
and I would just like go and
Yeah.
sit and fucking
You-
like
You want a soup and a
yeah,
sandwich?
like watch Price is Right with her on like
Yeah.
my fucking like spare at school.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
shit,
Wheel
right?
of
Like,
Fortune.
it was cool. Old Mildred.
Yeah, she's a rad
Yeah.
old lady. Mildred. Yeah,
We used to
Mildred from St. Mary's
fucking
Bay.
hotbox her closets.
And the
Oh my
bathroom.
God.
It'd be like 2 in the afternoon, and we're like 4 of us in there having a
Yeah.
shower, fucking hot
I
box
remember
in the
there was
bathroom.
one.
What are you boys
Yeah, there was
doing?
one day where there was like 5 of us packed into your like into your washroom doing a Jamaican shower.
And she comes home.
And like,
Yeah.
it sounds real fucking gay, but you just turn the shower on and fucking
Yeah,
smoke
and
a
it
joint,
was,
right? Like you
it was.
hotbox it and it gets so fucking.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She came.
It was
she came
horrible.
home early,
I regretted it
and
every
like
time.
like she walked in and like you could hear her like slowly like taking her boots off and everyone's just like like quiet as fuck, but like still passing the joint around.
Yeah, the shower's going.
Yeah, and then
Like, how are we gonna walk
yeah,
out of
and
here?
then I think we just
Yeah.
like it was like you just listened and waited for her to get in the living room, and then it was like, all right, let's go, and everybody got out and left, and like, what's going on in there? Now that
Ken fell down.
Ken fell down, he's okay now though. He's totally fine now.
Fell down, shit himself. That's what the smell is.
Don't question anything.
Don't
Don't go in
breathe.
there.
Don't
Don't
breathe your
go in
nose.
there.
You'll smell shit.
The last thing you want to do is breathe through your nose, so
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah, though that fucking woman,
Yeah,
man,
she's
forever,
fucking awesome.
forever in my heart. Hell of a woman.
Well,
Yeah, she's still alive though for now.
For now, yeah.
Her home's got the corona, so we'll see how long
oh,
she
no
lasts.
way.
Oh no.
That sucks.
Corona at home.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it is what it is. I just don't want her to be a statistic.
She is.
Like, she died from pneumonia because Corona's going around. Like, I just don't want her to be a statistic to the whole thing. But, like, something's going to get them. Something's going to get all of the people in that home eventually. So it's like, it's a blessing and a curse. She's got, like, no life anymore. She's totally lost her mind. And on that note, we should call it a fucking week.
Going on a good
Here at
ending.
Pretty Much Experts.
Doesn't she have a boyfriend?
Yeah,
though?
that's a very comedic, happy ending.
She's got
Hey?
a boyfriend in her home, no?
Oh, dude, Nan's been fucking every home she's
There you
been
go.
in. Getting caught fucking.
Getting that geriatric dick.
You know, my mom will get a phone call. Yeah, my mom will get a phone call a couple times a year, and it's like, you'll never believe what we caught your mother doing.
She's got hepatitis.
She got hepatitis again.
Yeah, she's naked on this man's bed. I'm not trying to air her dirty laundry here, but who gives a shit? She's naked on this man's bed and telling him to get out of her room. And it's like, this isn't your room. And you're naked right now. Fucking little slut.
It's because it's all the slutty grandmas.
Yeah. The gilfs.
Shout out to Bike Thieves for the intro, outro. You guys rule.
Fuck yeah.
Send them nudes. Send us nudes.
Especially if you're someone's grandma.
No,
Anything.
don't send that.
Till next week, boys.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in this week. We are Pretty Much Experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again, everybody. Tune in next week. We are Pretty Much Experts, and we love you, I guess.